All right. Welcome and thank you for watching today's live art stream of my Christmas drawing for September 14th, 2022. I want to start off this broadcast here by saying happy birthday to my younger brother. Today's his birthday. And on today's episode, I'm going to be drawing something that has nothing to do with my brother's birthday, but it is a family that lives at a pretty well-known address, 742 Evergreen Terrace. If that sounds familiar to you, then you'll know where I'm going with this. And the Christmas options in this are plenty. There's tons of episodes. This is from The Simpsons, one of my favorite cartoons. I was thinking what I could draw, so I got the idea to draw one of the characters from The Simpsons in a Christmassy type scene. So I'm going to set this drawing outside of The Simpsons house. So we're going to do a background sketch of The Simpsons house here. The Simpsons house is one of those iconic houses that once you see it, you just know exactly what it is. And one of the things with the Simpsons house is, in some of the episodes, it was like a pinkish color, I believe, and then other episodes it's more of like a tan. I know like the Lego set, it's tan, but in some episodes it's like pink with like purple accents. I don't know, it's all over the place. But that's allowed when you have as many episodes and as old as the show is. So I think we're going to have snow. Maybe we'll decorate the house a little bit for Christmas. So here's your garage. We're going to have some snow coming around here. Then the little roof above the garage. And then you have your main house roof over this way. If I can't fit the whole house in here, I shouldn't have a hard time here. I guess that means like the chimney. If I have to skip out on the chimney, I will, but I think I could fit it. All right, so that's basic premise, and we're going to have some snow on the roof, possibly do some string of Christmas lights on there. The house is not the focus of this piece, though, so I'm not going to concentrate on the house too much. But again, this is one of those houses that when you see it, it's just so iconic. Yeah, you know exactly what it is. So you got your door in the front here, your nice picture windows on the sides. I could hear my youngest kid upstairs yelling. He's playing Cuphead. By the sounds of it, he's not doing too good. He's very good at that game, though, but he must be having some troubles with one of the bosses. All right, so now you have your upstairs windows. Basically, rectangle long windows there. Your garage has a little window on top. And that's your basic premise of the Simpsons house. You have a shrub right out front here. We have some snow built onto that. Your step. Maybe I'll work on the door a little bit here so it doesn't look as generic. So there's your shrubs. Iconic mailbox will be up front here, but again, I don't want to take away from the main focus of this. It's going to be one of the characters from The Simpsons is going to be right in the front yard here. So this is just background noise, the house, but I wanted something there, so I didn't have just a plain background. So I'll sketch in the door a little bit better here. And I don't remember what the knocker says on the door or what exactly it is. I can't remember. But that's our basic premise of the house. Got some brickwork there. And now for the main character that I was going to do here. What I'm going to do is actually shut that off and add a new layer so I could work on the character. And then I'll shrink this down because I'm going to draw a little bit on the large side, and then we'll shrink it to fit the picture. So this character, which has a very Christmassy name, is the Simpsons' pet dog. His name is Santa's Little Helper, and the episode that he's from, I don't remember if it's the very first episode. I don't know, it's very early on. But they get him like very early on in the series. It might even be the first episode. But Homer goes to the track, puts all of his money on Santa's Little Helper. It's a Christmas episode, obviously. And he did not win, so he got booted out. So then Homer brought him home, and that was the family's Christmas present for the year. So if I just left them like that, it'd be kind of funny because this kind of looks like Homer's head. I guess all the Simpsons have the same look. It's the eyeballs, you know. Now the thing with Santa's Little Helper is he always has that dopey look on his face. Like the eyes are never like perfectly looking at the same thing. So he always has that goofy look. He's always just a little off. But I think I'm gonna add a little Christmas element to him as well. I don't want to just draw him. I doubt that it's picking up on the microphone, but I have a little screen off to the side here that's just playing a fireplace in the background, so I hear some crackling noises. I don't think it's on the microphone. Maybe the computer fans are. I don't know. So if you hear any weird noises, not too much detail in like Santa's Little Helper, to be honest with you. It's all basically kind of looks like a kangaroo here, but that's the way he is in the show. All right. So he has his front legs here. And I'm debating if I should throw the Santa hat on him as Santa's Little Helper, if I should throw some reindeer antlers on him. I'm not too sure. I'll think of it when I get there. All right. And always has his ribs showing there a little bit. And of course I'm going to add some of my lines. I'll do that when I'm, working on the final thing here. But I'm going to see what I could think of here. If I should do antlers, maybe I'll color his nose red. I mean, his nose is black, but I want to make it Christmassy. So I think I'm going to add the antlers on him. And I don't want you to think it's him with a red nose, so we're going to add a little cap to it. And then we'll have a string coming off of it so we know it's a red fake nose. And then maybe the antlers that's on him. I don't know if I should go with the Grinch style one horn. Maybe that'd be funny, a little homage to the Grinch there. I'll do that. And of course that would be tied to his head. I would just imagine like Homer doing that, tying it on there. Yeah, I think we'll leave it like that. So now I'm gonna still leave my background layer in there. I'm gonna actually turn this one back off and turn on the background layer, and then I'm gonna start inking that one. So we're gonna go with our syrup marker that I enjoy using, get that to the right size, and then we're just gonna start working on the sketch of the house here. So again, snow is going to be on the roof. That's a little too thick there. All right, so we'll do. I don't like that snow there. Again, I'm kind of toying with the idea of maybe making the background blurry. So I don't want to put too much emphasis on the house here, but we'll see how it turns out if I make it blurry or if I just leave it in the background. All right. Whoops. Yeah, I don't like that line. My hand kind of slipped off of the iPad here. Yeah, I still don't know what color house I'm going to go with here. Like I said, it's kind of a couple of different colors it could be at times. Put their windows in here. Kind of straight off of my sketch work a little bit, but it's all right. All right, and then this shrub's going to have snow on the tops of those. And make a little bit of green in there just so you know it's a shrub. Okay, and put the window in up here. And your main windows. I don't remember how many window panes are on them. I think it's a center one, and then it kind of angles back a little bit, and then angles back more, if I remember correctly. And then I want to say probably splits in two like that. Yeah, it looks good enough. Then we'll work on the door here. A little bit of snow on the step. Doorknob. Again, I don't remember what's on their knocker thing there. I have the mailbox kind of in the front. Still not sure where I'm going to be putting Santa's little helper. I think he'll kind of be up front and center here. But again, snow on the background. Now I'm going to erase the pencil lines for that. Then I'm going to shut that one down, add another layer, turn this one back on. And then we'll start filling in Santa's little helper. I'm going to start with the horn, or the antler on his head. I might make his head pushed in a little bit there. Simpsons have done their fair share of Christmas episodes. I also enjoy their Halloween episodes a lot. Now we'll do Santa's little helper's eyeballs. And like I said, one of them's always kind of staring off into a different direction. Guess you could say he's a little cack-eyed there. And again, I want it to look like it's a fake nose on top, so I'm going to make the little cap bigger. Then make it like it's tied on there. We'll have the antler tied onto his head as well. Now we can work on the body here. So if by any chance you're catching this later when it's on YouTube, might as well just talk about a little bit of this stuff now while I'm drawing here. But if you happen to catch this later while it's on YouTube, if you could take the time to click subscribe over there, I'd really appreciate it, because I'm trying to get enough followers on there so I can do some live artwork on there as well. I have to have a certain amount of followers on there before you could go live. So if you are on YouTube, if you don't mind taking the time to subscribe over there, I would appreciate it. That way I could do a lot more fun things in the future. Okay, now we're going to take the pencil layer of that off, make sure I hit everything up, don't have any open gaps, which I see a couple. So let me fill in these real quick, and then we'll add a few other little things before we color it. Looks like I got everything. Okay, now we're going to add a few stragglers here. Alright, I'll do a couple more. Let's do a little stitch work here. A couple of hairs coming off the tail. I don't have the background on yet, so I don't even know where all this stuff's going to line up. We'll put a few lines on the antler, just so it has a little bit of a texture to it. And we're going to reference this, and then we're going to color it. So I'll bring the color layer for Santa's Little Helper right underneath the outline there, and then we'll give him a color. So Santa's Little Helper is brown. I have a little trick. I don't do it here for the live streams, but I have a trick where you could import a whole palette, color palette of an image and bring it right into Procreate here. So I might do that. That's a little too orange. I might do that and post it up on my Instagram and Twitter if you want to check that out. If you use Procreate, it's a pretty cool tool to use. And like I said, I don't do it on the live version here, but I will post up over there how to do it. It's pretty neat. I already made the video. I just have to upload it. All right, I think we hit all of the brown there. So now we're going to color his nose. His original nose underneath there is black. Then the fake one we're putting on him because he's a reindeer is going to be red. I'll make that glowing a little bit later. And let's see. Since I don't think I'll have any green in here, I'll do a dark green for this string that's tying the rib or the antler on his head. And the antler, make that like a brownish, creamy color. I don't know. Okay, and I think that's it for Santa's Little Helper. So now we will add another layer and do some shadow work on him here while we have him. So we'll drop the opacity down on that, and we'll just add some shadows. So this whole back leg would be in the shadow since it's behind him. And then we'll add another little layer of it there. Same thing back here, under the tail, on the ground. This whole leg's going to be a shade darker. And back here as well. His ribs. Add a little shadow there. Let's see. We'll shrink it down a little bit. We'll do around his headband piece here. A little bit on the nose. Under his ears, of course. This ear will be in the shadows there. Some of the wrinkles in this ear. And on the antler. We'll do a shadow. Yeah, it looks pretty decent here. And then we'll add a little bit of a highlight on the nose. I'm going to go back in there later with the shine, but we're going to add a little bit while we're here. That looks good. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to turn on our ink layer for the house. Okay, so as you can see, I have to color in his eyes, otherwise they're going to disappear, or you'll be able to see through them. So now everything on him should be clear or solid, so we can move him around. So what I'm going to do is turn him back off along with his ink layer and shadow layer. Then we are going to reference this layer so we could color it. So we will add another layer, put it... Man, that's not what I meant to do, but I could just move it. No, I can't. Let me do... That's not what I wanted to do. Alright. I'm just going to add a new one. No, let's get... I want to eliminate this group, and I don't remember how to do it. Oh, well, let me take this out of there. How about that? That should work. Now we'll add this. And this one we're going to reference. There we go. Now we're good. Okay, so back to the house. Again, the pinkish, purplish color, I might do that. So garage door. This might be more classic Simpson coloring, where it's a little more purple. Okay. Then the roof, that's just brown. Got it. All right. I didn't think I got all of it. I'm going to add some Christmas lights to this then. And okay, so here's the moment of truth. Do I go... I left something open. Oh, well. Do I go tan Simpson house? Yeah, I think I'm going tan Simpson house. It just gives me a better feeling here. Let me just close that gap that I have right here. I'm pretty sure it's just that one. We'll find out here when I go to color it. Yep. The windows I'm not too worried about. I'll just go in and erase that later. So we're going to go to the door. Color that in. The woodwork around the windows. This one I'll be able to color. This one I got to hand color because I left the gap open there. No big deal. Then the windows upstairs will have yellowish lights on in them. This one I'm going to color. Again, left a gap open, that's why. And go back to this brown, go around the door. And color that in. And then I'm debating in the window if I should throw in a Christmas tree in there. I think I will. It'll be easy to do. All I have to do is draw it because I'm in a layer that's behind the black. So if I draw it, you'll still see the window lines. So we're just going to do that. I wonder if... Nah, I didn't think that would work. Just figured I would try. I'll throw some lights on that too when I'm doing that. All right, perfect. I'll go back to this yellowish color here. I'll lighten it up a little bit. And yeah, it's a little too light. Still want it to look like it's a light. So we'll do that. Then I'll do some brown on the window trimming. Then we'll bring Santa's little helper back. And we'll be able to call this piece complete. All right, we'll do the chimney quick. A little bit of blue highlights on the snow. Color the mailbox, then we'll add a few lights, then Santa's little helper is going to come back. This one seems like it's taking me a little bit longer, but I'm only 5 minutes out from a half hour, so I'm not doing too bad. I'm kind of where I usually am. So real quick, we'll add a few highlights to here. And let's go to my holiday brush. We'll go to string lights, and we're going to add a few lights on the roof. I don't know how big these are going to be, so let's... A little too large there. Shrink them down. Can't really see them too good, but... We'll do a few different colors. That way you could see them. That looks good. We'll add some to the tree. Then we'll wrap this up. All right, that looks good. Now what we're going to do for Santa's little helper, we're going to bring him back. He's on top. So in order to make him look like he's not a giant on top of the whole house, we're going to merge all the layers together. Then we could change his size. And I want to make it like he's kind of close to us here. So I'm going to do that. And then the house, I'm going to merge those together quick so I could shrink that a little bit, move that back like that, maybe a little more. Like I said, that was the point. That's the background, so I didn't want it to be too prominent there. But if I do that, now the mailbox looks weird. So one quick way, if I really wanted to kind of fake it, we're going to go to my ink layer, and we're going to pile it up with some snow. We'll make that snow on the roof. So this would be like if Mr. Plow came by and just plowed it. And Mr. Plow is obviously a Simpsons reference, if you didn't catch that. And then we'll add some of the blue highlight to it on there as well. Then one thing you don't want to forget, we're going to go make a new layer underneath Santa's little helper. We'll make it opaque. And this will be a shadow under him because you don't want it to look like he's floating. And with that, I believe we are finished. So I'm going to bring it up here. I'm going to sign it while I have it up on the screen large for you to see. And again, today is September... Don't like the way that 9 looked. September 14th, 2022. So thank you guys for watching. That is the live Christmas drawing for Wednesday, September 14th, 2022. I'll be back here again next Wednesday if you want to check it out. If you want more daily Christmas artwork, I post daily on my Instagram feed, and the links to that could be at the bottom of this if you're watching it on Twitch or on YouTube. But that is just at Ague Designs, AGUEDESIGNS. If you want some daily Christmas artwork, check that out. I would appreciate it. And again, if you watch this on YouTube, if you don't mind heading over there and giving me a follow on there so I could do some live stuff in the future, I would really appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys next week. Thanks for watching.